Welcome back to My Life on a GLP-1, where we focus on 10-minute topics about the amazing, real, lived experiences on these weight loss medications. I'm your host, Scott Johnson.
And I'm Sarah. Scott, you look like you have a story for us today.
Oh, do I ever? I was at a family cookout last weekend. You know the scene. Folding chairs, paper plates, and my Aunt Diane, who believes her potato salad is a cure for everything.
Ah, the infamous potato salad. Of course. And I know we all have our own version of an Aunt Diane.
Exactly. So there I am with a small burger, no bun, and a little bit of salad. And I'm completely, totally full, stuffed. But here comes Aunt Diane with a serving spoon the size of a shovel. Scott, you're wasting away. You need more of this on your bones. And she just cannot comprehend that I'm not being polite. I'm just done.
Right. The food pusher phenomenon. It's a classic. They see a smaller version of you and think you're starving.
And that's the first big social hurdle people just don't get. This isn't a diet. There's no list of forbidden foods tacked to my fridge. It's not about willpower or me bravely resisting a second helping. My body, and more importantly, my brain, have just changed the rules of the game. So today we are talking about things that I wish my family and friends understood about this journey.
You've talked before about something you call food noise. Can you break that down for people who haven't experienced it?
Absolutely. Imagine a radio is on in your brain 24/7. It's not loud, just a constant static of food-related thoughts. What's for lunch? Did I eat too much for breakfast? There's leftover cake in the break room. Should I have a snack? It's a never-ending, exhausting internal monologue.
So it's not just about hunger. It's a constant negotiation. How did that impact your day-to-day life before?
It's exhausting. It meant I'd go to a restaurant and spend more time analyzing the menu for safe options than talking to the person across from me. It meant feeling a sense of failure if I gave in to the office donuts. It colored every social interaction that involved food, which, when you think about it, is almost all of them. But then one day you take the medication and someone just turns the radio off. There's silence. For the first time, maybe ever, food is just fuel. I eat when I'm hungry, I stop when I'm full, and I don't think about it in between. That's the freedom. But try explaining that to someone holding a giant spoon of potato salad. To them, you're just on another diet.
So it's an invisible change that has a massive visible result, which I imagine leads to the next challenge, the compliments.
Oh, the complicated compliment. It's a minefield. You run into someone you haven't seen in a while and they say, Scott, you look amazing. So much better.
With the unspoken part being better than you did before when you looked terrible.
Precisely. And I know it comes from a good place. They mean to be kind, but it lands weirdly. It makes you realize how much judgment, conscious or not, was attached to your previous size.
It's like they're inadvertently telling you they saw you as less than before. It ties your value directly to a number on a scale.
100%. People make more eye contact. Strangers are friendlier. It's incredibly disorienting because on the inside, I'm the same person. I haven't become smarter or funnier or kinder. But the world's reception of me has changed. It's a stark reminder of the social currency we place on appearance.
And do you find people treat you differently beyond just the compliments?
They do. And you start to question your own memories. Was I really unhappy in that photo from 2 years ago? I didn't think I was, but the world is telling me I should have been. It's a strange kind of psychological gaslighting, even when it's well-intentioned. You have to learn to separate their perception from your own lived experience.
That sounds incredibly isolating in a way. To feel like the same person but be treated like a completely new one.
It really is. And it makes you transition from the humorous side of things to the very real, unseen struggles. People see the weight loss. They don't see the journey. They don't know about the days I felt nauseous or the fatigue that sometimes hits.
The physical side effects.
Right. But even bigger than that is the mental load, the persistent quiet fear in the back of my mind. What happens if I have to stop taking this? Will the noise come back? Will the weight come back?
That's a heavy thought because it reframes this whole thing. It's not a quick fix or a temporary diet, it's a long term treatment for a chronic condition.
That is the crucial distinction. Obesity is a chronic disease, and this is my management plan. You wouldn't ask a diabetic when they plan to stop taking insulin. It's the same principle. But socially, we're not there yet.
And that lack of social understanding must bleed into practical issues, right? I've heard stories about insurance companies suddenly dropping coverage or pharmacies having shortages. So, what's the takeaway here? What do you want your Aunt Diane and everyone else to understand?
I think the main message is to see the whole person, not just the physical transformation. Understand that my relationship with food has fundamentally changed, and it's not a reflection of my feelings for you or your cooking. The goal here is connection and understanding, not commentary.
Ask better questions.
Yes, exactly. Instead of saying, "You look great, what's your secret?" maybe ask, "How have you been feeling lately?" Or even better, "What's new and exciting in your life?" Let's talk about anything other than what's on my plate.
I think the one thing that my family doesn't understand is the whole concept around the fear of regain that we all live with.
Yes, that fear lives in a back room of my mind, and it does not fully quiet down even on the good days. That is not anxiety that needs fixing. That is what it feels like to manage a chronic condition with a clear understanding of what the alternatives look like.
The kindest thing anyone can do for someone in the middle of this journey is not to celebrate the number on the scale.
You're right, Sarah. The kindest thing is to see the whole person, the one who is proud and terrified and hopeful and grieving and confused and deeply, genuinely grateful, all at the same time, sometimes all before breakfast.
Those words are so true, and I wish my family and friends could hear that. So let's all share this episode with a friend or family member who needs to tune in and lend their support. While you are sharing, please remember to drop a comment or a 5-star rating too. Oh, and before I forget, we will be taking a week or two off for some personal vacations, but we'll be back very soon with some more great stories. Tell us, Scott, what final thoughts do you have to share with everyone today?
Thanks, Sarah. This journey is more complicated than it looks from the outside. The visible part, meaning the weight, the clothes, is a fraction of what is actually happening. Underneath that is a complete reorganization of how I think about food, my body, my identity, and my future. That reorganization is hard. It takes time. And the people doing it need something from the people around them that is simpler and harder than compliments or more potato salad. They need to be seen, not for what they weigh now or what they weighed before, just seen as the full, complicated, still figuring it out person they have always been. If you are the Aunt Diane in someone's life right now, the most useful thing I can offer is this: ask questions, listen longer than you talk. Do not make it about the weight, make it about the person. So, on that note, I'm traveling overseas to England and Scotland and so excited. I'm sure I will have some great stories when I return. So, during our break, don't forget to check out my website at mylifeonglp1.com or get yourself a copy of my second book on Amazon entitled Still on a GLP-1. So, on behalf of Sarah, I'm Scott Johnson. Enjoy the holiday, and we look forward to being back in a few weeks. Thanks for listening, and always remember to love your journey.